Welcome back to the channel. We are in a new location. I wanted to be able to showcase the bottles we're going to talk about today. And at the bar in there, it's actually against the wall. So we're in our kitchen today so that we can have a flat surface. We're not going to be reviewing this. This is Wild Turkey Rare Breed, but this is what we're going to be drinking while we do tonight's video. This is also a new glass that the missus got me for my birthday from, not sponsored, from Aged Anor. It's their neat glass. She got me a full set. I'm really enjoying it. It's sturdier. It seems more solid. I've broken some Glencairns, but this seems like a better thing. But anyway, such a good bourbon. If you haven't had Wild Turkey Rare Breed, get yourself some. We're going to be doing something today a little different. We are going to do the new craze. It's so new. I just heard about it this morning from Whiskey Break. The Taryn and Jonathan have a really cool channel. If you haven't checked them out, I'll try to link them down there. I think I know how to do that. But they came out with, they say it's from somewhere else, but they're the first ones I saw do it, so I'm going to go with them. But it's a take on the 7 deadly sins. And so we are going to, instead of doing top 5 favorite bottles or anything like that, we're going to have a little fun with it. So let's get right to it. Let's move this out of the way. And we're going to get into it. The first of the 7 deadly sins is pride. And pride is your most prized bottle. I had to go with almost empty. You almost can't see it. George T. Stagg. We'll leave it this way so you can see it. When I got this bottle, my friend Todd hooked me up with the owner of a local liquor store down in North Carolina. And I didn't know what this was. I was so new in the bourbon world, had no clue. And then I opened it. And it might be the most amazing experience that's ever happened inside of my mouth. Yeah, I said it. George T. Stagg is just, it's the best. It's the best for a reason. It is really good, and I am going to be incredibly sad when this little bit's gone. Probably gonna have to drink it pretty soon. I hear that they can become a little oxidized, but I have shared most of this with friends. I'm happy to say I've never drank this bottle by myself. Which is, I think, the best way to do bourbon. But yeah, so Pride, most prized bottle, George T. Stagg. I may never have another one, but I'm going to keep this bottle even when it's empty. The next thing is Greed, your most expensive bottle. This just happened this past week. I thought this bottle was a bottle that I would never see. It was on most people's best list last year. It came out as an MSRP. MSRP, the base level, $300. Never thought I'd see it. Also never thought that I would actually splurge to spend that kind of money. By the way, I bought this, $100. But this, $300 MSRP. So I just thought, it's probably not something I'm ever going to see. So, and then I happened to find it at a really, really good price. The bottle, Russell's Single Rickhouse. This is from 2023. It's from Camp Nelson F. This is compared to some of what people think is the best bourbon that Russell's has ever released, which was in 2018. They did their single barrel program, which I happen to have a bottle of from Medic Spirits. This rivals that. I have just cracked it and had my first glass just the other day. It's everything. It's everything that I had hoped for. We'll do probably a full review on this point, but this wasn't cheap. I didn't pay what secondary was, which was around $1,000. I did not pay that, but this does top out at my most expensive bottle that I've ever spent for. But so good. The next one is Lust. 7 Deadly Sins number 3, Lust, the sexiest bottle, which you find is the sexiest bottle. A lot of people don't like the juice in the bottle that I'm about to show you. I'm going to do a little hot take here and let you know that when it was sourced, I think that it was better than it is now. No shade. I just think it was a better bottle. But tell me that this isn't an amazingly beautiful bottle. Look at those curves. This is Willet Pot Still. They sell it in one size bigger, which my friend Wes has. This is a gorgeous bottle. This is still sourced distillate in here, so I don't have a problem with this. This is really good. In fact, we did a Willet night at Bourbon Night probably about a year ago, and everyone loved this. This is really good. It gets a lot of shade for not being great juice. I disagree. This is my second bottle. I think that it's really good. I don't know that I want to get their own stuff. I don't want this to be ruined for me, but this is another bottle that I'll probably keep forever. But yeah, sexiest bottle, Lust, Willet Pot Still. Look at that thing. It's so pretty. The next bottle, where is it? Gluttony. Okay, this one's going to be fun. Gluttony, bottle that you have the most of. I only have duplicates of 2 or 3, maybe 4 bottles. I'm not that kind of person. I don't have enough space to have backup bottles for most of anything. So what I did was I have a single bottle, but it's variations, it's things, it's different versions. But then I also have the most bottles that I have for any one distillery. And this just happened Sunday, so I'm recording this on Tuesday night. And that is Tom's Foolery. Tom's Foolery is a small one-man operation outside of Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Look at those labels. And they started with doing one kind of bourbon. It's actually a brandy, and that's this one, which is the Applejack. My favorite food is an apple, so here, I'll just do this so you can see my face. We went to Sweet. They don't have open hours. They are literally about a mile back in the woods, a mile back in some cornfields and rye fields and soybean fields. I sweet talked them into meeting with me, and I actually met the owner. Tom does all the distilling himself. And I bought 4 bottles. I already had the Applejack. I bought this one, which is that's their maple syrup finished. This one is the bottled in bond, regular bourbon. This is their cask strength, and this is the bottled in bond rye. I'll slide these out of the way so I can talk about it. But such a great guy. Does all his own stuff, no sourcing, anything like that. Has a really cool connection to Michter's, which I'll probably share with you in private. But such a very cool, down-to-earth guy. Still has a day job. So does this hobby, maybe is a good way to say it. Broke off some wax. But good old copper pot stills, literally in the middle of the woods, a mile back in between cornfields and woods. Fascinating, really friendly guy. The missus and I went out on Sunday, met them Sunday morning, gave us a little tour of their facility. Can't speak highly enough. I've only opened 2 of the bottles, and they've both been great. So yeah, but look at that. Isn't that a cool label? It's probably screen printed on. Here's what I like. On the back, you can see an actual what barrel, what bottle, when it was distilled and when it was bottled. Such a very, very open and honest. The other thing for Gluttony, I'll slide all of these. This is the same version, but all of their iterations. So if you don't know, 11 is my favorite number. Lagavulin is a Scotch. Most people it's known for their 12-year and their 16-year. These are the Offerman editions. That guy right there, Nick Offerman, who plays Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec. He, if you don't know that show, in the final episode, he actually invests and becomes the majority shareholder in Lagavulin Distillery in Scotland. It's really neat. but they have done one of these a year. This is just their regular. This was the first year. I don't think there's anything special except it's just he chose it. They then did the Guinness. They then finished these in Guinness casks. And then the next thing, they did a charred oak finish. So heavily charred, pretty cool bottle there. You can see the charred oak. And then this is the one that came out this year. And this one might be my favorite. This is finished in Caribbean rum casks. It's aged 11 years. Nick does this cool whole big write-up. I'm not going to read all that to you. But these are fascinating bottles. I'm super glad to own all of these. This one is mostly empty. I'm probably going to do a flight of all of them at some point with my whiskey club. If that's something you would like to see me do on camera, let me know. But so this is probably the only singular bottle that I have more than, like I said, I have 3 or 4 bottles that I have a backup, but that's it. This is the only one that I have purchased every single one of everything that's come out. So, Gluttony, bottle I have the most of. I've been talking a lot. So good. Wrath. This is fun. Bottle I will never buy again. This came recommended to me by a lot of people, both online and friends. And if you watched my whiskey Christmas videos, I did not like this bottle. I have tried it since. That's told's true. I still don't like this bottle. Sazerac Rye. Not good. This really isn't good. It was flat. It didn't have anything. It smelled like, it just smelled like rubbing alcohol. It literally has no smell right now. Nothing. It had almost no tasting notes. It's just not good. This was like an allocated bottle for a couple years. I mean, everybody was into Buffalo Trace for a little while, but you couldn't find this. I got this like as one of the last bottles that was in a store. And it was like, the guy's like, oh, you got to take, I'm like, really? It was hidden behind the counter. And it's not expensive. It's like a $29, $30 bottle. It's not good. It's really not good. I'm never going to buy this again. Like it literally, when I just smelled that, nothing. No scent whatsoever. So weird. Terrible bottle. Sorry if you like that. That isn't a slam on you personally. All right, next, Sloth. So these are I'm just going to have fill-in bottles. Sloth. Too lazy to go out and buy. I thought that was a weird one. For me, it's not so much about laziness, but what money I have with me. The bottle that I would really, really, really like to try, which is Taryn's favorite bottle on Whiskey Break, is Barrel Seagrass. I'm going to have this as a stand-in. This is their batch 35, which is fantastic. Barrel Seagrass comes in the kind of a blue and green label. Supposed to be great. I've seen it in stores, but I've been there to buy something else, so I didn't buy it. And I regret that now because it's really hard to find. Ohio's a state-controlled liquor state, and it's where I live, nothing comes in. It's just difficult to find things. So this is a 35. So I might have to chase the seagrass in another place. I have some trips that I might take and just specifically go get it. Because if they're going to do away with it, I don't know that they are, but it just doesn't exist where I live. So I need to go get it. So that's Sloth. Too lazy. Not really too lazy, but I wasn't there to buy it. And so I didn't buy it when I saw it, and now I can't find it. And the last thing is Envy. I wish I had this bottle. Again, I don't have this bottle because I wish I had this bottle. I'm going to do a stand-in though. This is the Bardstown Discovery Series 11. And yes, I bought it because of the number, but so good. So good. This is a really good bottle. But the one that I would like is their collaboration series. It's a maroon label, and they collaborated with Goose Island, the beer company. And if you've ever seen Goose Island at Thanksgiving, is usually when it comes out. They're black bottles of beer. They sell them individually. They're usually $14 or $15 a bottle. Called Bourbon County Stout, BCS. Highly sought after. People try to get flights of them. They get one of every year. I think I have 4 or 5 years down in my downstairs refrigerator. I shouldn't have told you that I have a downstairs refrigerator. But anyway, they, after allowing that beer, that stout, to age in their barrels, they took the barrels back and put the Raven. That's enough. They put their bourbon back in it. And apparently it is fantastic. Again, can't find it anywhere close to me. I would have to travel literal hours to find it. So I'm going to chase it. I'm going to chase the seagrass. Good girl. I'm going to chase the seagrass and that Bardstown collaboration till I find them. But so that is my envy. So that's it. That's my 7 deadly sins. My conservative church upbringing made me cringe a little bit that I was doing this, and my mom probably won't watch this video, so I don't have to worry about it. She doesn't drink. See previous comment. But this was fun. I enjoyed this, and I don't really have a problem with it, and I don't think Jesus cares either. So that's it for today. Thanks for indulging me in this fun little thing. Thanks to Whiskey Break, to Taryn and Jonathan for a really great idea. And they said it wasn't theirs, but I'm giving them credit. Cheers. Catch you on the flip side.